Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Monday night live stream from Pizarro's Pieces YouTube and Facebook channels. Myself, Tom, and my co-host Big C will be doing a Monday night show every single week with special guests. We'll be talking toys, the 80s, gaming, retro, all sorts of stuff. And we'll also be doing giveaways during the show of some great bits and pieces, so make sure you stay tuned. Now, guys, this is a live stream, so I do have to make people aware that we may or may not, sometimes it does happen. We may have technical difficulties when we're dealing with the internet. We do not know what's going to happen. We cannot edit, we cannot cut. It is live. So I have to make people aware of that. And I also want to make people aware that this is an adult themed show. So there is a chance of bad language. So if you are sitting there with your little one watching, please just be aware of that. So guys, thanks for coming along for the ride. I really hope you enjoy these shows coming up. We're going to try and have loads of fun, keep you engaged, do something a little bit different. So here's the intro. What is going on, everyone? We are live. We are live on Facebook. We are live on YouTube as well. I'm Tom, Pizarro's Pieces. Obviously, this is a new show that we're going to be doing every single Monday at 8 p.m. Myself and my co-host, Mr. Big C, I'm going to be bringing in a minute. We're going to be doing free giveaways, and we're going to have a different guest on every single week. Now, tonight's guest is my friend, my good buddy Vic from Fistfull of Collectables. He's a collector of many years, also a toy trader as well. So we're going to be having a little chat with him. So guys, without further ado, let me bring in the co-host for the evening, Mr. Big C.
Evening, everyone.
Hey, what's going on with that hat, geezer? What's going on,
mate?
With that
I
hat,
thought
mate?
I'd spice up, bring a bit of comedy to tonight. I thought, what a funky Pluto hat from Disney World, you know? Just to spice up a bit.
Yeah, why not, mate? Why not? So, guys, look, we are gonna get to all the comments and the shout outs and everything a little bit later on, because obviously we wanna try and keep on top of it, but we'll do that a little bit later. We're gonna do the competition first, but should we bring our guest in? He's waiting in the lobby.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Let's bring him in, Mr. Victor, Fistfull of Collectables.
Evening, Vic.
You all right?
How you doing, Vic?
That's a great hat. Yeah.
You like that, Vic, didn't you? Especially for you.
Thanks.
For you.
Good stuff, mate. Good stuff.
How's it going anyway? You all good?
Good.
All good, mate. All good. Thanks for coming on, Vic. Obviously, me and you, good pals and that in the toy world and everything, and or in life and that. So you're the first guest on the show. Thanks for coming on. Obviously, mate, you've been on Monkey's Emporium's channel, been doing some live auctions and that.
Yeah, I've got for that.
So yeah, this obviously is going to be a bit different. We're gonna try and do something a little bit different in these shows. Have it about the guest, get to know the guest a little bit, because obviously a lot of people are watching this. I think we've got about 40 people watching at the minute. They're not, a lot of them probably won't know who you are. A lot of them probably don't. They haven't
had the pleasure of getting to know Vic yet, have they?
No, they're just a notoriety of it all.
Yeah,
they haven't. So Big C, what do you reckon? Should we get this competition rolling that we've been saying about?
Yeah, go on. I'm excited for this. Am I allowed to enter it?
Yeah, unfortunately not, mate, because you're the one who's got to pick a winner.
And
I'm not talking about shoving your finger up your nose either.
Yeah, that'd be a biased thing, wouldn't it?
Right. So what we're going to do is, we said we're going to do this every week. Before we get into having a chat with Vic and that, we're going to do a little free giveaway live on this show. So you've got to be watching it, because it's going to be limited with regards to time. So me and Big C have been thinking of some bits to do behind the scenes. So we've got two prizes tonight. We've got a runner-up prize and we've got a main prize. I'm going to show you guys them in a minute. But the question that we're going to ask is not going to be straightforward. Some weeks they will be, some weeks they won't. But we want the people who are watching to be a little bit creative. I'm not going to ask you a question like,
What's the rat called in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? Because everyone knows he's Splinter, and it's going to be too simple. Roland.
Tom wants hard questions because he wants to avoid having to give his stuff away. That's what it is.
Listen, mate, I had to go deep into the stock room for this stuff, mate. I had to go deep. It is good stuff.
It's good stuff.
So, but we've got obviously viewers across Facebook and YouTube. This is the first time ever that I've done a live on Facebook. Obviously, Big C, you've done several with me on YouTube, and I've done a few on my own on YouTube. So, guys, I am going to get to all the comments a bit later. I can see plenty of comments coming up. So, I'm going to show you the runners-up prize, and then I'm going to show you the main prize, and then I'm going to do the question. And what do you reckon, Big C? Like, should we do like a little 3-minute time limit or something?
What? To give everyone? I think you should run it, Tom, from when you announce it until we close the lines.
The thing is with that, mate, is that you're the man who's going to pick a winner and a runner-up, and you're the man who's got to keep an eye. I know you've got your laptop open on your left.
I'll be keeping an eye on it as it happens. As it happens, I'll be constantly keeping tabs. I'm sure by the time we get to the end, I've already got the winners.
You sure?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. So the runners-up prize, guys, it's just a little prize, but you've got to remember this is free. You don't have to. The only thing I'm going to say is it's only open to UK residents. Unfortunately, because the post to Europe and America, it's an absolute piss take. So this is only open to people in the UK. But the runners-up,
we have a free trade agreement with.
Yeah, we don't even know about that yet, though, do we? We don't know what's going on with that.
You were saying last week, Tom, bragging about this trade agreement. Well, what's happening with it?
Mate, who knows, mate? Who knows?
Mate.
Who knows?
Watching those Japanese kaiju flood into the UK soon.
Yeah,
I can't wait, mate. I can't wait. Quickly as well, guys, if you wouldn't mind, this is like I say, this is new on the Facebook side of things. If you guys would share it, I'd be massive. It'd be appreciated. If you're on Instagram, Twitter, and all that, share it everywhere. So we get a nice load of people watching and get a load of people involved.
What else is there to watch? You're in there
exactly.
watching.
It's Monday night. It's Monday night.
Or they're watching Coronation Street or EastEnders.
At least on Sunday, you got songs of praise and that, haven't you?
We're proper accents. We're from London. EastEnders ain't real.
No, they're all northern actors putting on Cockney accents.
So, guys, I'm gonna quickly used to obviously there. I'm just gonna make myself.
We're here.
You're here. I'm just gonna make myself big because I'm just showing off the prizes.
The Chicago Bulls.
I'm showing off my Chicago Bulls jumper, my lovely beard, and my lovely trim as well.
I do love the goatee.
Right, so the runners-up prize, guys, like I said, it's free. I'll be posting these, so Big C will pick a winner. We are going to give the question out shortly. This is the runners-up prize. Got a couple of packs here of Terminator 2 1991 trading cards from the movie, and we got a mini little Transformer Autobot Jazz. Where's my camera? There it is. Autobot Jazz. That's the prize for the runner-up. Now, the winner, whoever wins tonight's competition, is going to win this bad boy. We have here a Transformers Ultra Magnus. This is a reissue. This is not an original 80s one, but it's in this box. It's nice. These usually sell for about 40 to 50 quid. I'm giving this away free tonight, guys. Free, absolutely free. So I will be saying the question in a minute. What do you think of them little prizes there, guys? I think they're quite fair, no?
Yeah.
I think they're wonderful.
I like them.
Let me bring you lot back in. Where are you? There
I
you
like
are.
them, Tom. Yeah, I like them.
If I had a chance and I weren't using my phone, I'd be messaging my mate to join the competition so I can have
evening. No. So I think we've got like 50, 60 people now watching live over YouTube and Facebook. There's tons of comments coming through. Like I said, guys, I will get to the comments a bit later. So I'm going to ask the question. And this is the question. If you were a Transformer, what would your name be? Please be very creative, guys. And Big C is going to pick 2 winners. You're going to probably mention a couple of good ones as well, Big C, and as well some
honourable mentions.
That's it, honourable mentions. That's it. I was looking for the phrase there. If you were a Transformer, what would your name be? Please be creative. Put your answers down. I'm not
And
picking a winner.
bearing in mind, everyone, I'm a little bit twisted, so try and be vulgar with it if you can. That'll entice me, you know.
By the way, you can only enter once. Think about that as well, Big C. Keep an eye out for numerous people. You can only enter once. Only write it once. You can't put numerous names because.
Well, I mean, potentially someone could win first, second, and get the honourable mentions, couldn't they?
That's what I'm saying. So only write once. You can only enter once, guys. Sorry, I should have made that clear. This is all new, guys. This is the first time we've done this, obviously. So get if you were a Transformer, get your Chris. If you were a Big C, Chris, that's obviously your name. What if you were a Transformer? Any ideas?
I haven't got a clue, Tom. To be fair, I haven't even thought about it. I thought I was the man going to pick the answers.
Not give the answer.
Put me on the spot here. I don't know, Tom. I don't know.
I won't thingy then. I won't.
What would Vic's be?
The Hebrew Hammertron.
I like that. I like that.
Very unusual. So, guys, we'll let this run, and then about what do we say? About 5 minutes from the end, Big C, we'll pull. We're going to announce winners, aren't we?
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Like I said, guys, only enter once. You can only enter once. Good luck as well. Good luck. That's what I was going to say. I hope you lot like that as well, like the prizes, like I said.
One Big C's email for Brian.
That Dan's already put one in that's
I know. Like. I can see him. I can see them all. I can see them all popping up. So
and also Dobbs fam as well. Keep those. That's the sort of
come back.
What we're looking at. Yeah.
You got your pen and paper. You got your pad and that. Like you're going to write them down. You should really, shouldn't you? Because you got to. We're going to get quite a lot of comments. Are you? Oh, you're fucking organised for once.
I can't write.
No, not you. Right. So Vic, we obviously got you on here as a guest. Unfortunately for you, mate, you are the guinea pig of our podcast, live stream, whatever you want to call this show. Now, I will be every single week. I will be asking the guests 3 quite simple questions, and you can give numerous answers. I'm not expecting one because I discussed this with you the other day. So the first thing I want to ask, because it's just so that the people that are watching can get a little bit of a feel of who you are and what you're into and stuff. So the first question I'm going to ask is your favourite 80s toy line. So not just one. If you want to name 2 or 3, not a problem.
Predominantly 80s. Came out in the 80s, yeah?
Yeah, 80s. Yeah, because everything's about 80s predominantly on the show, ain't it? So,
well, you know, I came out in the 80s. It would be Action Force, probably. I love me Action Force. Was it that morphed into G.I. Joe later on? Other lines that I like, I don't know. It's too many. I mean, I like weird stuff. Like I like Voltron. You know,
nothing wrong with weird, mate.
And Star Wars. They're the classics that everyone loves. Transformers. I love those 3. But without those 3, it'd be other things like. Sorry, please.
Go on, mate. No, I was going to say, there's nothing wrong with weird, mate. Nothing wrong with weird.
Yeah, I mean, I like me Mad Balls. It's great toy line from the 80s that I've got good memories of. And then there's
that's all right. You've said quite a few. I think you like quite a lot. So just to give
too
people
many,
a
man.
gauge
There's too many. Like the curious ones, like Infaceables that I love. You know, you don't hear about them, but they're wicked. You know what I mean?
Just to give people a little bit of a feel. So my next thing I'm going to ask you is, again, you don't have to give me one answer. If you want to give me 2 or 3, is favourite 80s movies. And I know there's going to be quite a few of them, but what sort of ones come to the top of your head in regards to they're in your top 10?
There's all the classics, your Gremlins, your Ghostbusters, but then there's other stuff that I like one that you sold me, Remo the Destroyer. Not many people know that movie, but I loved it as a kid. Watched it again and again. I wish there was an action figure line. It's a bit, a bit out there, but trying to think, there's so many 80s movies. I mean,
no, I know. So many classics. It's easy for me because I can just go Gremlins, because Gremlins is my number 1 film.
Well, I mean, Planet Terror, that was a classic, which James Cameron worked on before he was saying that. I think that was 70s, 80s. But yeah, there's a lot.
He was a model
Commando,
builder, wasn't he, James Cameron originally?
Love as a kid. Maybe my parents were bad parents, but I used to watch Commando again and again and again as a kid. And again, the toy line, fucking amazing. So
I think most of our parents let us watch films we shouldn't have watched in the 80s.
I used to be able to
blows me away now. Even when I watch it, I watched it last week, and it's still
Brilliant.
awesome. It's still
it's brilliant.
It still holds, you know.
Just the over the top gore in the shooting scenes of RoboCop, like that stays with you as a little kid, doesn't it? And it should really affect you, but at the same time, it doesn't really.
It doesn't.
It's brilliant.
Nah.
Brilliant.
The foreshadowing of what happens in Detroit in 20 years, and it happened.
Yeah.
Apart from
and it basically has come true, Vic.
I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit as you was on the subject. RoboCop or Terminator for you, Vic? That's a difficult one, isn't it? Even for me, because behind me here, I've got a shelf of each above each other.
I'm controversial when it comes to Terminator because I actually prefer Terminator 1 to Terminator 2.
I do.
A lot of people do.
I do as well.
A lot of people do. Yeah, no, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't compare RoboCop 1 and 2. RoboCop 1's just amazing. It's just. But Paul Van Hoven, who actually directed it, he's a great director. I mean, he done Total Recall, he done Starship.
Yeah, so another good film.
Basic Instinct. He done like thrillers. He's great movie maker. I know we're not supposed to be on movies, but
mate, listen, we can talk about what we want.
Escape from New York. That's another one that I love from the 80s. Big Trouble in Little China. There's no thingy with regards to the show. It's about the guests. We just want to ask them what they're into, what they like, and it don't matter whether it's movies, toys, consoles. It's all retro. It's all 80s.
Ultimately, you lot are all pop culture junkies, aren't you? I'm the only real toy collector, and I.
Oh,
the old Action Man.
Oh.
You're the only big.
Yeah, we're gonna
just with toys.
Yeah.
We are gonna come to that.
Hey. What'd you say, Tom?
I said no. We are going to come to that a bit later on the show. I just want to mention because I've seen tons and tons of comments coming up on the screen. I am going to scroll back and go to the beginning. In regards to people's comments, there's a lot of people saying evening, hello, etc. We're not blowing you out, guys. Just want to let you know we will be. I will be doing the shout outs in a bit. It's not my fault. Don't say that.
Yeah.
I'm the one who's giving toys away tonight. Yeah. So no, look, they were just some like sort of questions a little for yourself, Vic, just to try and get you in. Look at Big C. Look, you can see he's delging through the names.
You guys crack on. I'm going through the messages.
He's looking through the messages to see who's got the best name for a Transformer. But yeah, obviously, Vic. Obviously, me and you, like I said, good pals. For anyone out there who's not watching, me and Vic are good friends. But obviously, none of these guys will know much about you. So, with regards to like your collecting and everything, as a collector, when do you think it all begun? Like, how old were you, and why do you think it begun as such?
Right, I know when I started collecting, like as a collector, not as a child, and not like as an adult collector. It would have been when Star Wars re-released the Power of the Force 2 line. And it wasn't down to me, really. It was down to my girlfriend at the time. She knew how much I loved the movies, and she went out and she bought me a TIE Fighter. And she also bought me a Yoda figure. Both Power of the Force 2, and I was baffled why she bought me Yoda. Maybe she couldn't get a TIE Pilot or a Stormy to go in there, or a Vader. But that just started it. The other major influence in my life is my old man. He was a toy collector himself. So he collected military toys like toy soldiers, cap guns, all that sort of stuff. And it just sort of, obviously I was always around him. We started going to the Toy Fest together, and it was great because it created a connection between me and my old man. And that's when I started doing the shows with him. So, because like he'd done the shows to fund his own collection. I mean, it wasn't a full-time job for him. It was a hobby. But yeah,
because I think Vic, because that's the thing that obviously get knowing you, through Tom. You had a stall selling toys before it was fashionable. Before this whole retro craze kicked off, And you were actually doing it, weren't you? You were out there doing it.
I mean, I can remember going to toy fairs when I was a kiddie, and being. So yeah, I've always been around it, but it's so now it's a massive, and I feel like everyone's gone ahead of me because it's just it's passed me by. I mean, I've seen the prices of stuff go. My problem was I had tunnel vision for many years, and I just bought Star Wars, and it was Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars, and there wasn't any. Even though I liked other toy lines, I was just blinded like a fucking racehorse. It had Star Wars on it. I was buying it. When I can remember going into local toy shops in South London, Nuxley's, they used to have thousands of Toy Biz and all sorts of mad stuff. But all I bought was the Star Wars in there. And when they closed down, after I started getting into actually becoming a proper dealer, I'm like, the amount of gear that I've missed out on over these years that I could have picked up for people or picked up for myself, or it is. But it's always been there. I don't think I've ever not had toys in my life, so I've always been a kind of a big kid. But that's partly, like I say, down to me old man being the toy collector himself. So he spoiled me as a child. Always had, because I'm an only child, always had the best. Well, always had lots of stuff and good stuff. So, I mean, I mentioned on Johnny's show the other day, I owned the flag as a kid, like the G.I. Joe flag, not battleship, aircraft carrier, which wasn't available in the UK, but he went out of his way to get that. Partly because he wanted to play with it. Do you know what I mean?
Probably in the days as well, before internet and stuff.
Oh, yeah, this was in 1987. He bought
when
that.
You couldn't just go on eBay and get it shipped over. You had to really do the work to get it, didn't you?
Display from a shop called Toy Giant in Leicester. And Leicester was, at the time, the place for toys in England, because you had Pally Toy there. I think Chad Valley was there at the time. There was a lot of toy things going on in the Midlands. Peter Pan toys down the road. And because he was into it, he found out where they had this piece. And when they finished displaying it, he bought it off them. So, because they actually had it as a display piece in their giant store. I think it's called Toy Giant, he said, that he got it from. But
really?
I've still got that. I've still got it in my life. I mean, it's not set up because it takes up 7 foot. It's,
it is. It's a big item.
It is a big item. You need to be a rich man or an American living in one of those giant sheds. You know what I mean, that they have out there. So that's what I went.
No, good.
I suppose.
No, that's good. Good stuff, mate. Good stuff. Of course, as well, alongside the collecting side of things for yourself, full-time toy seller. It is your job. Unlike people like myself who do it on the side to fund their plastic crack habit as such. It is a full-time thing for you. And we know that things have been massively difficult the last 12 months anyway with everything that's going on. But how have you found it with regards to selling with no shows, obviously no market, hit and miss with opening, hit and miss with lockdowns and everything? So predominantly 90% probably of your business over the last 12 months has been online. How has it been? How have you found it?
Surviving. It's there's a lot of people buying still, but the issue obviously is going out and finding more stuff to sell. I mean, I'm quite fortunate that I've been buying this crap forever. But in other ways, it's not. I don't like selling online as much because I like the interaction with the people. I like to do the deal with the person. It's very impersonal doing it online. That's the only thing I find. But it's the way of the world at the minute, unfortunately. I wouldn't say it's been easy. It's just I survive. It's what you got to do, haven't you? You know. If you've got a passion for something, you'll keep at it. And if I survive till next year, it'd be 10 years I've been doing this since 2012. So, like, as a full-time sort of job. So
all you part-time toy sellers out there that are doing it as a hobby on the side, you're taking food out of Vic's mouth.
Let's not go there. I've upset other people in the past who have turned up when I'm trying to buy my stock. So
no, we've obviously had discussions about it in the past, and I think Chris, Big C, aka Chris, he touched on it earlier with regards to the 80s and 90s boom that's come probably I'd say probably the last 5 years at least, but it's got bigger and bigger and bigger as the last couple of years have gone on.
Crazy.
And I think I'll be honest with you. I think pretty much, I reckon probably 75% of collectors are resellers to an extent, even though it might only be on a small scale. So someone might buy a Star Wars bundle, take 5 action figures from it, sell the other 5 on to fund their next hit, if that's how you want to call it. We call it plastic crack, don't we? So, I think it's difficult at the minute, especially for yourself.
Even me, Tom, I've been selling rubbish low-grade wrestlers on eBay and then transferring that money into buying action men now. So even I'm doing it on a small scale.
Wow.
I mean, I started my business.
I've got no words.
And then when I lost my job, I sold my collection, which kills me now because I sold a lot of good, like Star Wars pieces that I could never replace now for the money that I sold them at. And it just went crazy after Disney.
But that started you off, Vic, didn't it? Obviously, that put you down the road of toy selling.
Business. I mean, I don't regret it in a way because I've done so much since then. But it's still hard to look back and think I had some lovely pieces that, unless I'm a rich man, I won't be able to put into my own collection again. Do you know what I mean? So, but it is what it is. I've looked at in other ways I probably could if I didn't expand so much into other toy lines that I collect. Do you know what I mean? I'm collecting not everything now, but there is a few that I do concentrate on. So
yeah, you're like me. You do have a bit of an eclectic mix. I mean, Big C's quite fortunate. I say quite fortunate, but obviously it's down to every collector and it's every collector's choice.
I think it's easy to fall into the trap of collecting anything from the 80s and 90s. You can end up going down that road where it's you start accumulating every sort of toy line and you've got bits and pieces across your collection of everything.
Yeah, you just get nostalgic for a header or something. It might
exactly.
be the way it's written on a. I
like to keep it nice and simple now. Wrestling and Action Man, but I've got a bit of an issue with Mattel at the moment, as I explained last week. So I'm punishing them at the minute. Not buying it.
I'm sure they're feeling that.
Punish them.
Oh, they're feeling it.
I'm sure they're feeling it, mate.
They'll be bankrupt. They'll be bankrupt next week, unless I get my wallet out again.
Well, while we're on the subject of collecting on different lines and I'm into numerous lines. I want to get. I know kind of like personally, you're a bit on the fence with it, Vic. But I want you to obviously let the guys know. What are your thoughts on? What do you think of the modern scene? When I say the modern scene, is in regards to basically bringing back 80s toys, but on a modern scale. So we obviously talking about Super 7, Masters of the Universe, G.I. Joe, Star Wars have got like the retro lines out now. There's many that have come out recently. Teenage Turtles, NECA have got numerous licenses. And me personally, I think a lot of people see it as more affordable. So, for example, if you're going to pay £10 for a carded Vader on a retro card, rather than a lot of people can't afford an original one as such. Well, what do you think about that? What are your thoughts on the modern scene?
There's a lot of it. There's a lot of it. I mean,
there is, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's good and bad. I mean, it's good because it keeps people collecting. It keeps people interested in the franchises. I say it's bad because a bit like Big C's got a problem with Mattel. I think in the past 10 years there's been, and we've actually discussed it, been too much Masters of the Universe pumped out. I mean, certain brands like Turtles and Masters of the Universe, it just seems to be forever churning it out. And then someone will lose the license and someone else picks it up and then they churn out their version of it. And it's like...
You know why though, Vic, don't you? One of the main reasons is now these retro toy lines and keep knocking these retro toy lines out, they're becoming more valuable to these companies than sticking them in a toy shop for a 5-year-old to buy.
I know. I mean, I find it bizarre, for instance, that certain things that are modern go for more money than the originals. For instance, I recently done a sale on Instagram where I sold off a lot of vintage collection Star Wars, which are modern Star Wars on vintage cards. But they're super articulated characters. They don't look like vintage. They are modern characters. Now, I think is it Nick 2 or I think it was a Nick 2 figure that I sold. Now, I sold that for more money than an original Return of the Jedi Nick 2. So I could go out and buy a 1983-84 Return of the Jedi carded figure for less money than this one that come out in 2010.
Why is that, Vic? Why do you think that is?
I just think that some of the modern lines, like this is the other problem with modern lines, is we don't land everything. Like we're in the UK, we might not get all the series or all the waves, or it might be exclusive to a certain website or so forth, which is good because it keeps people, you know, collecting and wanting things. But it's an arsehole as well in a way. I mean, I've just heard that the new Mattel He-Man Origins, we're not getting Wave 2 properly over here, and people are asking silly money for them. But in America, they're not getting the Scare Glows and the Orco
That's
Wave.
Mattel. That is exactly what Mattel are doing with the wrestling.
Army, it's like
that's
why?
a Mattel
Why
thing.
don't we all get everything? Why are you
Exactly
that wave over there and this wave over
why
here?
make some? This is what I don't understand. Why make something exclusive in the US that isn't available here anyway, that they don't sell in this market? You can give us these toys, and you still got exclusivity in the US. I don't get it. I don't get it.
I don't get it. One thing I need to ask Big C, how are you getting on with the answers?
We've got some good ones coming in. We've got some good ones coming in.
I'm gonna take that down in a minute.
I was going to say, Tom, I reckon we go to the messages, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. I'm going to go straight to the top. So it was 1 minute past after we went live. So we're going to start from the top. So we got El Tender in the building. What's up? What's up? David resells and collects. Let's go. Mr. Dan Plastic. If Vic is on the chance of spicy language just went up. There you go. I did warn. I don't know. I've done a trailer, didn't I? I did an intro, and I did mention about bad language, but Vic's been pretty good thus far.
Bollocks to Dan anyway.
Mr. Kent is in the building. Evening. Dark Lycan is in the building. Dark Lycan, how you doing? Mr. Tats and Toys, Rob, how you all doing?
How you doing, bro?
Kevin is in the building.
Kevin.
Ken likes your hat,
Ken.
Big C.
Cheers, Ken.
Good times. Evening, Vic, Ken said. Mr. Johnny's in the building.
Hey.
How you doing?
Johnny.
Monkey's Emporium. Easy, Vic, bro. Hope you're good. From Mr. Tats and Toys, Easy Vicster. Hope you're good. He said it again. Mr. Colin Wicks is in the building. How you doing?
Solid.
Dobbs fam. Big up, Big C.
He knows it. He knows the score. He knows the
score, mate. He knows the fucking score, geezer, doesn't he? We got Matt Smith. How you doing? I was just talking to him a little while ago. My man Mike from the other side. From the other side of the wall.
Any relation to Jeff Jarrett?
Monkey's Emporium. He's saying he loves this. Vintage Toy Rush. Evening. How you doing? Mr. Brad's in the building. Vic, you know Brad very well.
Yeah, I know Brad.
Evening, Brad.
Johnny shared. Thank you very much, Johnny. Shared the page. Ooh, Terminator. Mr. Soul. Soul's in the building, Chris. Big C.
Yeah, hello,
Vic, you know Soul as well.
Evening, Soul.
Oh, I love Soul.
Yeah.
He don't talk to me these days, Soul.
He's had enough of you, mate. I don't really want to talk to you. I was reluctant
to be fair, no one does.
Co-host, to be honest.
My own kids don't like me.
Mr. John Twig. I was about to say Jamorian Toys, but he's not called that no more, is he? What's he called? Big Kid Collectables. Mr. John Twig's in the building. Frank Sales, nice prize. Thank you very much. Dark Lycan, awesome, Tom. Thank you. Everyone's saying nice prizes. Awesome. Oh, that was me. No, we skipped through that. We don't need to see that. If you were a Transformer, there we go. That was the first answer we got.
What I would do is, Tom, because I've got my eye on the messages anyway. I've looked on Facebook. Not a lot of messages on Facebook by the looks of it, guys, tonight.
I can see both, and
that's because
I can see. At the minute, we've actually got about half of the people watching on Facebook doing what we got on YouTube, which is surprising because my Facebook page.
I don't know if we've got technical difficulties, Tom. I can't see any messages under your video. Is that right on Facebook?
No, I can see them.
I can't see any comments on the Facebook. So
you might need to refresh it and open it in a different way. There's definitely comments coming up, mate. I can definitely see them. You're fucking useless, mate. You're meant to be my fucking co-host.
You knew there was going to be problems if I had this responsibility. Tom,
Right.
honestly, I can't see messages for that. There's no messages that I can see. So I don't know if it's something.
What are you looking on?
So I'm on the Facebook. I'm on your
No.
video on Facebook.
Yeah, why don't you go on? Are you on your laptop? Do it on
Yeah.
on another device or something.
Well, I've only got my laptop and I'm on my phone now, aren't I?
So what you're saying to me is that anyone who's entered through Facebook,
Yeah.
you've not seen.
I can't see the comments, no.
That's
Good. You're great. I can see all the comments on Facebook. It comes up on the right hand side. If you open the screen big, if you open the chat big on Facebook, all the comments will come up on the right hand side. And why have you only just told me this? You only just told me this now.
Because I just assumed that no one cared about your Facebook.
No, there's 20 people on Facebook at the minute, although there's over double that on YouTube. But yeah, there is people on Facebook, and people have entered on Facebook. There's quite a few
Tom,
names on it.
It won't let me show it, mate. It won't let me see it. Can't see the messages on Facebook.
Right. Get your missus' phone or something. And you not got an iPad to hand?
No.
Well, I'm going to keep going through the messages.
You keep going through the messages.
Hey, look, I'll tell you what. I will bring them up. So, for example, look, I've just bought.
Do that. That's
so
better because then you get to give everyone's messages. You get to get everyone's messages out as well.
Yeah. So you can see the little YouTube symbol under the Brave Star picture. Yeah. So you can see he's on YouTube. Chris Carson is on Facebook. You see the little Facebook logo under by his picture. So look, Chef Dicon, I would shoot burgers and hot dogs from my guns. So I would also shoot pizzas from my chest. All right. So you'll get some names now.
Hey, Five Guys.
Shagatron. That's a good name. Babe Station Prime.
Yeah. That was the one I particularly liked.
Yeah. Dagger Zagger. I nearly couldn't pronounce that then. Can of beans. Mind you, Mike's on the other side of the water, so he technically can't win it. So you do not choose him because he's in the States.
I like can of beans.
David Resells, you would have seen this, Dildo Prime, because that was via YouTube. Ian Bowles, Vibro, he's a big hit with the ladies. Roger, you would have seen this. My name would be Storm Infiltrator. Dean Treble, solid length. Yeah. Big C and WWF figures equals Hasbrotron.
I like that one as well.
I'm not too sure. See, some of these might be in regards to answers of some of the stuff with Bash Terminus from Lee Isaacs. Dean Treble was entered twice, so technically we mentioned that you couldn't enter twice. But he's put solid length from us. Love the questions. Thank you very much, David. Mr. Dan Plastic said Remo Williams, question mark. That was probably at you, Vic.
Yeah, you better go and check it out on YouTube. Do a retrospective. He's the master of Shenanju. Trust me.
Retro and rustic.
Dodges bullets, mate. He can dodge bullets. He don't need guns.
Retro and rustic lamps, unique designs. That's a mouthful, that is. The Megadon. Evening, Troy. You know Troy, Vic, don't you, from Monkeys Chats? Evening, Troy. Good to have your eyes and ears. Lee Conway. David from Toy Storage here. I've not heard that name for quite a long time. Got to ask Vic, is that LJ and Hulk Hogan on the keeper's shelf? Never thought I'd see that. Stay safe, lads.
This ain't stopped. This is a shelf
that is your collection.
Makes me smile. It's not all my collection. It's just a smile shelf.
Favourite was Star Wars and Transformers, Lee Isaacs, but don't know many people who know RoboForce. I've not heard of RoboForce, if I'm honest with you.
RoboForce. That rings a bell. Is it?
I'm not too sure.
Is it like
Dead or Alive? I have no idea. If you're still Lee Isaacs, if you're still watching, give us some info on that. Dead or Alive, you're coming with me. Tats and Toys, Mr. Rob. So true, Big C, over the top, but so good. That was obviously to something you said. Ian, An American Werewolf in London is his favourite film. Humongous Humongous Dongatron is Matt's name of a Transformer. Terminator, great film. It is indeed. Bloodsport and Rocky 4, two very good films. Two of my favourites for sure. Scott's Comics and Collectables. Does anyone remember Ice Pirates plus Dawn of the Dead? But I think it's... Yeah. I was about to say, you spoke about that to me before. I've not seen it myself. Terminator 1 Pips number 2 for me from Matt Smith.
Good choice.
Dawn of the Dead was 78, but a good movie. Lucy Powell-Wells, hello. Got Lucy in the building. Ed's Retro Geek out. How you doing, Ed? Edutron Prime. I was just about to pronounce that. Edutron Prime. Good name. Aaron Crosswave.
I like that.
Yeah,
that was another one I saw. I like that.
Creative Bonfire, Mr. Enrique is in the building. What did you miss? You have missed everything, mate. You should have been here from 8 p.m. I'm very disappointed in you. I've even worn a Chicago Bulls top representing Chicago inside the building. I'm not talking to you now, mate. Moving on. Welsh Poker Picker. Hello, boys, and everyone in the chat. How you doing?
Hello, mate.
Ian wants to know what we would say is the best movies 80s soundtrack. I want to go first. I believe it might not be the best, but I think it's certainly one of the best. Rocky 4, I think, is a great soundtrack. Can you think of any at the top of your heads, boys?
Rocky 4 really gets you going, doesn't it? Like you hear Hearts on Fire and that, and you want to run around the block, didn't you?
It's gym music, mate, isn't it? It's gym music.
I like Conan the Barbarian.
Conan the Barbarian. Can you think of any, Big C?
Honestly, the soundtrack to that is fucking amazing.
The Batman 1989 film. Soundtrack by
Batman
Prince.
89. Oh. Fred's in the building. You remember Fred Vick? Vic still in Greenwich is a London institution, miss visiting. Yeah, Fred moved to did he go back up north, didn't he, I think?
We went back to north.
Went back up north. Scott said, is there an actual updated list of retro toys currently in the UK? I don't think there is, to be honest with you, as I really want to do a road trip once lockdown is over. Not that I know of. And I've just got lost in the comments. 1 second. Oh, bloody hell. The comments are coming thick and fast, boys. I can't keep up with them. Here we go. Vic, is that Snake Mountain in the background? I think it is, isn't it? Above you.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Yeah. Scott was just asking. Johnny says it's good. It makes the old stuff look good and increases demand. I'm presuming he's talking about modern toys. Yeah. Tootie UK, Mr. Stu, Tootie UK is in the building. Question for Vic. What's his current grail item and what piece would you love to add to your collection if you could think of one at the top of your... Oh, putting you on the spot a little bit.
My collection or something I'm looking for, or both?
What's his current grail item? So, yeah, it could be something that's in your collection. And what piece would you love to add to your collection? So that would be something you do not own.
Yeah, well, as for adding to the piece, you know, Enrique knows, so I've got him scouring America for it. As a child, I believed it was Rambo, but I've since seen a picture, and I think it's a bootleg Rambo RPG. And it fired a red rubber rocket at the end of it. It was spring loaded, and this rocket flew off it. It was fucking amazing. It probably wasn't. I mean, Enrique's found me one in America that's in like a bootleg box, and it looks similar, but the picture's really bad, and it's not for sale anymore. I mean, I've been scouring the planet for it. I've got a picture of me dressed up as Rambo as a kid with it, so I know it's not like a dream, not like, you know, some spice dream from. It's for real. But I do have another version of it that's got a light up rocket, which is what I ended up with after that one broke, because the spring loading on it broke eventually. It was like a little latch inside that the rocket went into, and that pinged off. And my dad ended up buying me this other one, which got a red rocket that lights up at the end. And I found that since. So that would be my grail with grails. And if I could find that, I've got money for it. I would, you know, I need that in my life again. As for what I've currently got, I think one of the pieces I bought last year, which was actually off of Big C here. Yeah. Now, that's probably the most recent grail piece I picked up, which is from Diamond Toys, and it's a 6-inch Arnold Schwarzenegger commando figure on a card. And that will never leave me either, because it's a toy line as a child that I knew about but wasn't available anywhere really, and I didn't have any of it apart from the large ninja that was called the Claw. So
Vic, Vic, that
hard
toy,
line to find.
that Commando toy, exchanged between us all. We were like the Chuckle Brothers, weren't we? It was to me, to you, to me, to you. It
Yeah,
just bounced around all of us, didn't it?
Yeah, Rob had it, then I had it, then you, Big C, had it, and then Vic, you had it. Although I technically had it out of the four of us, I was the only one who never had it in my collection. It was obviously for sale.
It won't leave me now unless like something major happens in my life. That's staying with me.
It's funny you should say that, Vic, 'cause I'd like it back, mate. I've got your refund.
No refunds. Like, moving on, guys, moving on.
Action men, if you really want something.
There's tons to get through, guys. There's tons to get through. Technotron, I am the Decepticon combiner to smash up the Autobot combiner, Computertron. That was Rob from Tats and Toys.
I'd struggle to recall that back, Rob, to pick you as a winner there. I'd struggle with
that. Scott was just asking Mr. Dan Plastic if he picked up that Killer Tomatoes toy. Did you pick it up, Dan? Let us know. He's commented. Funko did that. I'm not too sure what Johnny's talking about. Obviously, we're out of the timeline a bit here, boys, guys, girls who are watching. Hey, Scott, not from the SBC. Yeah. Like Pokemon, there's more exclusive stuff in America than Britain.
Always the way.
Mr. Andy Davis, how you doing? Hasbro do it so Disney droid packs and are so annoying, so want in the UK. I think that's probably another exclusive Andy's talking about. Sorry, guys. Some of the conversation are between the chat, so I'm just Lee Spartan, a bit late to the party. What have I missed? Mr. Spartan.
They're having a party in the chat. There's been a separate party going on.
Oh, right. Chris has said he commented Chefticon. Is that, am I saying that right?
Yeah, Chefticon. We saw it. Yeah.
Chefticon. Yeah, we got that. You got.
Yeah.
Big C, one job. You had one job, C.
I know. He's silly enough to give me this job. He knew there was going to be issues, and he set me up, really. He's hung me out to dry, hasn't he?
The bear could do better. Chefticon shoots here. Look, he's just letting us know. Big C, don't blow my chances. See, look.
To be fair, Matt's is. I've got Matt's one written down. He's in the pot. He's in the pot.
Is he in? Never mind, lads.
The Patreon come up for Big C's Facebook on his separate Facebook there. You're supposed to be adding money to his Patreon, and you can win these prizes.
Yeah, that's it, Vic. That's it.
I was gonna promote his.
Tom's giving away toys. I'm collecting the money.
I was going to promote his OnlyFans, isn't it? OnlyFans page.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going to set up a Just Giving page.
See, look, Tootie UK said you might have to click comments on the FB video. I'll tell you what, mate. You need to sort yourself out next week, mate, because we've got another guest next week. I'm going to be announcing the guest.
Now we didn't foresee this being a potential problem, did we? So next week we can be prepared and we can do what we need to do to make sure I don't have this issue again.
See, look, Tootie UK, I've just seen. He's just checked and he can see him. Everyone can see him. It's just you.
Yeah, it's just me.
Brad said Dapper East Prime. Mr. Dan Plastics. Yeah. I own Remo, mate. I'm glad to find a fellow lover. Man can run over setting concrete.
Yeah, mate.
We're getting. See, Chris, this Big C is what you asked for. You asked for stupid names, like dirty names, basically. This is an adult show anyway, so I don't mind. Vagina Primed by Lee Conway.
I believe that's vaginal prime, Tom.
Vaginal prime. You know,
there's a big difference between vagina and vaginal.
Vaginal primed.
I like that.
You write that name down. Lee
I'm
Spartan,
writing that down.
Megadon. Did you get that one as well? Look,
yeah.
Megadon.
Yeah.
Creative Banfar. Where is it? Oh, let's see, because so many left. Look, he thinks it's funny. He thinks it's funny that he came late. Motherfucker. Sue Smith, evening, gents. How you doing, Sue?
All right, Sue.
Best soundtrack, Flash Gordon, Ian says.
Yeah, I didn't think of that one.
Oh,
really good
yeah,
one. Queen.
Great soundtrack.
Queen, yeah.
Mr. Empire.
Tell you what, Highlander's another great soundtrack as well. Again, Queen.
Highlander.
Do you know? Is that Aaron? Aaron's leaving us.
Aaron's left us, mate.
I would never leave during a Toy Division broadcast.
Nah, but you might fall asleep. Who knows?
Oh,
come on, Vic.
Victor.
Oh, come on. They know me. I'm notorious.
I heard, Vic, that you're going on there. They're going to...
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Dan
the
and
first
Aaron
I heard.
Dan
Well,
and
they can
Aaron are going to
invite me.
invite you, mate. They're
I'll
going to
have to
invite you up.
check.
Check your schedule. Frank Sales agrees that Conan the Barbarian is one of his favourite film tracks. There you go.
It's amazing, Frank. I'm glad you agree. It is fantastic.
So, Johnny's saying the same thing, and Lady Hawk.
Yeah, Lady Hawk ain't bad.
Oh, here we go. We've got a bit of information on RoboForce. We asked what we were talking about earlier. Leah said, robots with suction bottoms and springy arms. Max Steel was the goody leader. Peter Cullen did one or some of the voices.
I've got some of them, and I just couldn't put my head to it. They got like little. I wish I had it close, but it's up in a box up there somewhere. So I've got a couple of them. They are cool. They look like suction cup type things. I don't know how to explain.
No, that's I personally I don't know myself, to be honest with you.
Lost
Sue
Boys
has said
soundtrack.
Lost Boys.
Choice there, Sue.
Lost Boys is a fantastic soundtrack, to be honest with you.
There's
Louis,
so many.
Louis Phillips, how you doing? I think this might be
Hi,
your
Louis.
first comment. With Cloverfield 2 being announced, do you think we'll get another figure like the original Hasbro one? I'm not really too familiar with the toy, if I'm honest with you.
I only knew it because Mr. Dan Plastic enlightened my mind with it. I didn't even know it existed. It's amazing, though. It goes for big money.
Is it?
I don't think they'll go for it because someone might do, but I just don't see Hasbro doing it.
We'll have to wait and see.
It could be a
Ken.
HasLab project, though. They could do like a whole sponsorship. Kebabatron. Oh, yes.
Oh dear, Mr. Ken. Any Pokemon pickups recently, boys? Well, I can tell you now that where am I pointing that way? Neither of these two collect Pokemon, unless you're talking to anyone in the chat. I don't collect Pokemon. I liked it growing up, but I don't really collect it. So none of us three really collect Pokemon. No, you don't understand it, no. Collins asked if you have any chance of finding any boxed or carded biker mice from the 90s.
There's always a chance, but I don't think I've got any at the minute. So
you sold some in the no, they were from the early 2000s.
They were the ones again. They were reissued in the 2000s. So this isn't a new trend.
Lucy, is there a prize? There is a prize. There are two prizes. We did announce it at the beginning that the question, which was, what was the question again, Big C?
If you was a Transformer, what would your Transformer name be?
And the competition is still open. And I know Big C has got answers written down. I know he's probably got a top 5 running at the minute. So get your answers in because we are going to announce it soon. It's nearly 9 o'clock already. Wow, that's gone really quick.
Gone well quick.
Big C's Just Give page, just a racket for his hat fund.
Yeah.
Robert Fett's Bounty. Hello, everybody. How are you doing? On YouTube, I can see.
How you doing, mate?
Kung Flutron. Flutron. Yeah.
Relevant, isn't it?
That's on YouTube as well. Shots fired. Haha. That's towards you, Vic. Bringing controversy to my channel. You are. Braveheart. You're not a fan of Braveheart, Vic, are you?
It's not real.
Do you know what? I know. Great film. Great film, Braveheart.
Garbage.
But as an Englishman watching it,
Garbage.
it makes you feel like crap, doesn't it?
Propaganda, and it's garbage.
It don't make me feel very good about being English, that film.
No, because it's propaganda against you, and it's lies. I mean, there was no shouting freedom at the end of it. We quartered him. He got dragged through the streets of London by
William Wallace. William Wallace was a terrorist, Vic.
He was. Domestic terrorism.
He was a terrorist.
In Great Britain.
Right. Moving on, guys. Moving on. Let's. He did say Days of Thunder as well. Vic, you're 100% going on. He just doesn't know when yet. Oh no, you just don't know it yet. Sorry, that's what Plastic, Mr. Dan Plastic said.
Yeah, we'll sort something out. No worries.
Man in Motion, St. Elmo's Fire soundtrack.
Yeah,
Stone
that's good,
Cold
Dan.
banger.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Now, guys, we are pretty much caught up with the comments, so I'm going to say that the competition is closed.
Yeah. Now do me a favour now, because I haven't got to keep collecting all these answers.
I think Colin just come in with a last minute one.
What's Colin come in with?
Poppadom. Oh wait, we got one last one here. We got one last one from Darren Gregory. Evening all, Gashatron.
He's really gone for the vulgar side of it, hasn't he?
Yeah,
that's disgusting, Darren. Darren, that's disgusting, mate.
The competition is closed. The competition is closed. Tats and Toys, Robert said, calm down, people. Laughing faces. He just loved the music.
No,
he weren't talking about a film.
When it comes to Mel Gibson and his Braveheart or his, what was the other one? The Patriot. That was more propaganda.
Yeah. He doesn't like the English, does he? Mel Gibson clearly doesn't like the English.
Like many people. I won't get into who else he don't like. But anyway.
Right.
Before we I thought he was good in that.
I like that.
Do
you want to sell it?
Vic, apparently, you love the Patriot. Don't believe him if he says he hates it.
It's full of shit. He's trying to push the button.
If there was a Patriot toy line, Vic, I reckon you'd have it.
Oh, yeah. I'd throw him on the fire. Along with a thunder.
Matt's laughing. Dan said, it turns out all the Transform names are just something with Tron on the end.
That's basically it, isn't it?
Basically, isn't it? That's what most of, or Prime, something Prime would be the other one. So before we announce the winner, Chris, first off, have you got a winner and a runner-up? I need to ask you that first.
Yes, I've got a winner and a runner-up. Right,
don't do it yet. I'm going to put you on the big screen, and you wanted to show some of the bits. I nearly removed you from the stream. Then it said removed from stream. I was going to press it.
Go for it.
Tempted to do it, wouldn't you?
Yeah, because you basically fucked up earlier.
Come on, mate. Me and Vic have made this show, Tom. We've carried you.
Fucker.
Right. So everyone, last week we mentioned about the new thing I'm getting into, Action Man, 90s Action Man. So I thought it'd be a brilliant opportunity to show you what's turned up in the last few days. So first one here, we've got the Night Creeper. You can stick him on a window and stuff. Real flocked hair and stuff. Look, that's Series 1. That's the re-release, Series 1. Another Series 1 re-release from '93 is the Space Commando. Now, these are all complete and brand new because, like anyone who knows my wrestling collecting habits, I'm ripping them out of brand new boxes that have been sealed for nearly 30 years. So, let's have a look at that. Nice. I've got Action Man, Crime Buster with Chase's dog, whose head's come off.
I was about to say, what's happened to his head?
Let me just put that back on. Look, his head comes off.
See, that's what sort of Alsatian head comes off?
Well, it's got batteries to make barking sounds, and obviously then you've got his handler. Look there.
Looks more like a Transformer to me.
I've got this one as well, which is from the James Bond series they did. And I know we were speaking before, Vic, that you were aware of this line. They did Special Action Man. I think there's 6 figures for each film of James Bond over the years. And I think this is The World Is Not Enough.
That is The World Is Not Enough.
Is it? Is this The World Is Not Enough? Yeah. See, Vic knows more than me. Got that one. And then just basically as well, Tom sent me, got some Migos. Freddy Krueger Migo there.
Nice.
Frankenstein.
I've got him.
And what's his name, Tom? You pronounce it. Nostafariu.
Nosferatu.
And I've got 3 more as well, but I won't bore everyone and keep showing them off. So yeah, that's basically it. So the Action Man collection's well underway. Be interesting to know what everyone thinks about it.
I like the uniform on the Bond one. That's about
what do you reckon though about this? But Vic, what about the Space Commando?
It's not a funny to a Space Ranger, that's what I reckon.
Do you know what though, Vic? I think this is a play on the Space Ranger but a modern,
Yeah.
because he's got the same rounded helmet and everything, hasn't he?
Yeah, yeah.
And the
I just
backpack and all that. So
can't love these yet.
give it another
It's
10
hard.
years, Vic. Like I say, someone mentioned last week in the comments,
like
and it's one. I think they're going to be worth money. They were so popular in the 90s that they've got to have a nostalgic
Oh yeah,
appeal.
yeah. Some nostalgia for some people. Like I mentioned earlier to you, I like the Hall of Fames, the ones that they brought out just before they brought that range out.
Yeah.
And I like the G.I. Joe Hall of Fames, but that's because I'm a massive G.I. Joe and Action Force fan. So, and I love Palitoy Action Man, but I didn't mention that because that goes from the 60s to all the way to the early 80s. So,
like I said to you, Vic, I'd like to get I'd like to get a couple of the vintage ones. I'd like an Eagle Eyes one.
yeah,
I
mean, 70s. At the minute, I'm trying to track down the SAS Frogman suit, and the problem with that is the rubber that they use. It
deteriorates,
doesn't it? It perishes. Yeah, it perishes over time. So,
Vic, I saw a thing. Even the new rubber suits perish on the re-releases.
Yeah, I mean,
so they didn't even improve the old technology for the suits.
This is probably one of my favourite Action Men. Oh, help if I got him on screen.
Yeah, look at that.
That's from the Space Ranger line, and this is actually my original one. He's got a bent visor where I bent it as a kid by accident, but
they go for big money now, though, Vic, don't they?
I love that figure. It's an amazing figure. So,
I like that.
I mean, it's a take on Darth Vader. He's a bit dusty as well.
We've got some questions. We've got, well, I wouldn't say it's controversial, but certainly everyone obviously has their views with regards to toy collecting, Big C. Why would you take them out of the boxes, Lucy wants to know.
This is the danger with me when it comes to, I was getting Hasbros that are worth, some of the cards I was opening up were worth a couple of £100. And of course, you open that card up, you got a 50 quid figure just instantly. I've got no real intention of selling anything that I collect, really. And I think if you're keeping stuff in boxes, nothing in boxes to me displays as well as having it loose, posed on a shelf. How could you have all that goodness, all those accessories locked in a box under plastic casing and not test it out on your figures? So yeah,
I think it's each to their own. To be honest with you, mate, I think it's each to their own.
Some people like loose. Some people like loose. Unfortunately, these Action Men are still reasonably priced, so I haven't really got too much. It doesn't really bother me too much about ripping them open.
I mean, they are really. Go on, Vic.
No, I was just going to say it's a space issue with some people as well. You're limited on space. I mean, I'm limited on space at the minute. I'm at my mum's house because I'm caring for her, but at my other, like my house, my wife, my house is even smaller. There's just no, you can only display so much gear. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
I don't think I mean, Lucy has also said that it's probably another 29 years before the modern Action Man becomes more collectible. I don't know if we've said it before, Vic. We discussed it about the 90s Action Man. We see it at the boot sales. I've seen it at the boot sales box, and I've always passed it. I know you like it, Big C, and I said this last week when me and you done a live stream on YouTube last week. I'm not in the game of slagging off collectors for whatever they collect. They can collect what they want. But I just think on a personal note, I don't think the 90s Action Man will go up in value. I mean, some of it's nearly 30 years old, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, so 93, 92, 93, the first lots come out. But what I'm saying to you is, Tom, they were so popular in that
value
early
everything.
No, of course not. Of course not.
I just reckon because of their popularity in the early 90s to mid 90s, I reckon in about 10 years' time, it could have the same potential pull that your 80s toy lines are having now. You people in their mid 20s, late 20s now that were around them in the 90s, give it another 10 years, they'll be where we are.
I get what Big C's saying because there's so much of it about. A lot of people had it. It wasn't unpopular. I mean, it's just we didn't grow up with it. That's the difference. Do you know what I mean? There will be people out there that will want it, and there will be niggly little pieces that a certain Action Man, only one, will have, and that will push the price up of that Action Man. Happens with all toy lines. It doesn't matter whether they're, an Action Man was massive. If you think about it, in the UK, it was a massive line. It's always been around. They even had a cartoon. I mean, I've never watched it, But I know in the 90s there was cartoons, there was books, there was all sorts. So
there was all sorts of media, weren't there? Yeah,
it
true.
wasn't like a fleeting toy line. It was around, and that was because of the popularity of the original Palitoy Action Man. Do you know what I mean?
We've got loads of comments still coming through. Frank has said, "Is it a rocket firing head?" I'm presuming about your Alsatian that you've got there.
No, his head just simply fell off, and that's where the batteries go. So he barks. This guy.
He has the golden. Frank has the golden eye one.
Yeah, you can get golden. Yeah, you can get a few. They're really good figures, I think. But I've found out that I think they're supposed to be posed in their box. I don't think they're supposed to come out like they're like a special collector's edition, because this guy, I mean, he won't stand up. He just won't pose properly. He's not like a normal Action Man body.
Right.
He looks like Mr. Bean.
Well, Enrique's got that exact one coming to him in Chicago, because I've got a box one here for him. So
yeah, if it's in the box, that was one I should have left in the box, because I think in its display window box, that's a really nice box, and that display is really nice with the figure inside the box. So looking back, I shouldn't have taken that one out. But
Chris has said he's got loads of the Action Man stuff in his mum's loft. David Wells Toys has said nice Action Man collection so far. Sue, the GoldenEye Bond Action Man is cool. You need to get that one. Yep. Creative Bantfire Action Man with the muscles. Vintage Toy Rush has said never thought Action Man would appear here. Listen, you over the next 12 weeks. Over the next 12 weeks, and I say 12 weeks, guys, is because we have got 12 guests turn up. So season 1 is what we're going to call it. Season 1 is 12 different guests. You are probably going to see many different things turn up over the next 12 weeks, for sure. What's Victor picking up in the background? What you got?
I was just going to show off another Action Man just to get another one in there. That's the SAS Action Man, which was an absolute favourite of mine.
oh, yeah.
So
I like that.
I've got his gun again. So
We're just ringing.
Frank said, I have the SAS re-release. Didn't know that. Better check it's okay. Big C, would you get the world's smallest Action Man toy? Have you seen them?
No.
They're like tiny.
I've never seen them. What are they? Where are they from? What sort of? When were they released?
I think they were probably recently. I know there's a He-Man one, and
they've done the Mego Frankenstein you showed us a little while ago.
They've done that as well, have they?
Yeah, they're like really small. Like I'm talking about, like probably like 2 inches, like that big. They're really
Well, then
small.
I would definitely get them. Yeah, if I saw them.
They're even smaller than that. They're probably only like an inch. They are tiny.
I like it. I like the sound of that.
Here, Vic, this is probably one more for you. Have you seen what Leonard have done with the Alien and Predators line? Real homage to the Kenner line? Question mark.
Yeah, I like them. I mean, I haven't seen. I've seen the Leonard that they've got in Smiths now. I don't like. I love the aliens, the xenomorphs, but the other characters are a bit drossy. But the xenomorphs themselves, the loader, the car, they're all pretty cool. And now they're bringing out the big predators and stuff. And there's those other aliens that Enrique showed us at Walmart exclusives. Really nice. And they come with cool accessories. One comes with a dog, one comes with an egg, and one comes with a face hugger. I think for the price point and what they are, I think they're brilliant. And another thing they're good for is if you're a customizer and you want to do your own paint app on it, you're not spending a lot of money. They're like, I think they're $10 in America. They'll probably be £10 here, but that's not a lot of money for a 6-inch figure. Do you know what I mean?
No, they are. I've seen them in Smiths. They are quite cheap, ain't they?
Well, those smaller ones, they're doing the sets really cheap now. So, hi, Katie.
Katie says,
Hi, Katie.
Katie says, hi. Mr. Dan Plastic, loose wrestlers display so much better.
Yeah, I think Dan being a proper wrestling collector, Dan would appreciate that, and just how colourful they look. And as a, when you build a big collection of them, like an army of them all tightly packed together, I do think it. Yeah, they look really good.
So we've got kind of like two here that are kind of related as such. So Lucy has said buy two then. And then Chris Carson has said, so Big C, there's option A, you keep them carded. Option B, you open them and let them breathe. And option C, you have one carded and one loose. So them two But it's a financial thing, if you ask me, in regards to that. In
Yeah,
regards
see,
to
because you're having to buy 2 of everything, aren't you? And
yeah, if you're
you know
You
the
better
fact
buy
that I'm not really.
one just in case. I said
Yeah.
buy 3. One.
Yeah,
who's got who's is that Emma I hear in the background, Mr. C?
basically our food shop's turned up.
Oh, so it's good timing.
Emma's bringing up the food shop. Yeah, I did tell her.
It's all right that way. It's all good. It's all good. We're coming to the end now. Chris has said he likes option C, which is obviously having 2. But yeah, for me, I think financially that's probably a little bit much.
And also, it doesn't take away the thing. You're having to store what you're not displaying that you're keeping in the box tucked away. And like Vic said, that's some of the space is the main issue for a lot of us, I think.
Space costs money.
It is, yeah.
Whether it's
All right. What? I hope you've got some. I hope you've got some good food in that. Like I can hear in the background.
Emma did the food shop, so we're probably going to be living on potatoes and porridge for the next week.
Chris has said, "Don't you think there's a lot more '90s toys collectors coming through?" I do believe so.
Yeah,
because
it's going to be a gradual thing.
It's an age thing. Yeah, they're at the age now where they're 30, in their 30s, and they've probably got good jobs. And it's really loud there. I've got to take one of these out, Big C. Sorry, mate. You've got loads of chatting and that in the background.
I'll tell her to keep it down, Emma.
Tell her to nip it in the bud, mate.
Don't worry. When we finish this live chat, that's when she's in real trouble. Embarrassing me like that.
He put his hat on.
Yeah, no, I definitely think, all the '90s collectors are definitely coming through for sure. They all the '90s stuff has gone up in the last 2 or 3 years. We've seen it, Vic, haven't we? Toy Biz and Biker Mice from Mars, Bucky O'Hare, Toxic Crusaders. All of it started going up in value for sure. Mr. Dan Plastic, the backs of some of them Hasbros are great, but you can't see them in the pack. He's also said, "Yeah, Big C, go and get 2 Evil Crush figures right now."
Imagine doing
you
that.
can obviously afford them. Mr. Big C, would you also collect Atom Alpha Teens on machines, other Action Man toys? I've not heard of them.
So, there's lots of offshoots as well, isn't there, of Action Man?
Other lines, yeah.
Yeah. So, potentially down the road, maybe, yeah. But, at the moment, I'm just going to focus on the 12-inch 90s Action Man.
There's enough to concentrate on there.
But Vic, I don't want to go down the road with it where I'm getting all the crap that was released in the 90s. Like I say, it's only a year or so of the first releases that really mean anything to me that I want to get.
There's a few cool ones. I mean, I like the skydiving one. I've had that one before, where it comes with a parachute and all that.
Yeah.
There
is some good sets, definitely.
There was.
I like like you said, I like the Hall of Fame series, the G.I. Joe Action Man that they released first before the re-releases. Really good figures in there. The Snake Eyes in there, I love. I'd like to get that.
Big C.
Might be able to sort you out with one of them. I might have that.
Let me know, Vic. I'm all for it. I'm all for that.
Right, listen.
A bit loose, so
I've got something serious to say.
Go on.
I've got something serious to say. When you get your shopping, can you make sure you either do it on a Sunday or a fucking Tuesday, please?
I'll tell it, mate. Listen, the last thing we want to do, Tom, is upset you, mate. Because next week, what it'll do, people, you'll be like, "There's been no Big C next week. No, you let me down. You embarrassed us. You can't be on it anymore," and he'll have me out the show. So obviously, make sure you make a big deal if you don't see me on next week, because that's because of him.
Frank has said the Kenner Robin Hood line is fascinating as they retooled it from previous Kenner stuff. Yeah, they reused like Star Wars molds and stuff, didn't they?
Yeah, it's lazy. They've all done it. Mattel did it with the New Adventures of He-Man and Demolition Man line. They started using the bodies and stuff off of some of the New Adventures line, put them on Demolition Man figures. And
Jax as well. Going back to wrestling, Vic and Tom, Jax did it. You had Rey Mysterio's with the same body type as Big Show's on the Jax wrestlers.
I found a line this week that fascinated me because when Mego went out of business, somewhere down the line, some other company picked up some of their molds, and they done a line called, I think they're called Los Commandos, which is like a GI Joe knockoff, and they would come with 2 figures, and they got repaints of the figures from the Love Boat. I mean, one of them was, I can't remember the black guy's name, who's the waiter, the black guy in the Love Boat, and they've repainted him white with like blonde hair. It looks fucking mental. But that's what happens, man. Toys get reused all the time.
It's about profit for them, isn't it? At the end of the day, you're going to save money doing that on the tooling, aren't you?
Tats and toys, Rob. Even Star Wars Power of the Full stuff has been going up now. Not quite the mirror image of the 70s and 80s, but they are creeping up slowly. Chris has said Pokemon cards are a big thing right now. I don't even want to talk about it. It makes me feel sick, the sort of money that stuff's going for at a minute is just absolute madness. In the hundreds of thousands, like boxes and stuff. That YouTuber, what's his name? Is it Paul Logan? I think it's just
Logan Paul.
2 million. Logan Paul, that's it. Sorry, he's just spent $2 million on cards. $2 million on Pokemon cards. If you got it, happy days. Right now, Chris, Big C, it's time, mate. I think it's time, isn't it?
Let's announce the winners.
We're at that stage where I will give your honourable mentions first.
So basically, some honourable mentions. Obviously, Dan. I've got to obviously love Dan, and he didn't let me down with Babe Station Prime. I like that. Also, Dobbs fam, Shagatron, which is just a cheap vulgar. I forget who it is. I haven't got the name written down, but who come up with Gasha? Was it Gashatron?
Yeah, that was towards the end. Someone come up with that, didn't they?
So that was equally as nasty. And also, I just wanted to mention I didn't really get Ed's one. But I wanted to mention Ed because he's big in the game, and Ed. He's a popular man, so we want to keep him viewing the channel.
I think it was to do with his name. I think it was Ed.
Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It stood out to me, although I didn't quite understand if it meant something else. Was just Edu, the ex-Arsenal player. So if he, he was coming across that he was a transformer. So I like that one. I've got the 2 winners though.
Okay, so obviously the runner-up is going to win these.
I don't know whether everyone's going to agree with this, but Aaron's one. Dross Wave.
Vic loves that name, no doubt.
Dross Wave, I like that. Because he's almost insinuating. But no, he's gone. He's gone. That's why it's harder for me to say to give him an honor, to give him second place. But what I liked is he's playing on the fact that with that name he's going to receive some dross, isn't he? So I quite like that one. Yeah, so Aaron, congratulations for that, mate. I did like that one, Dross Wave. Also, can I do another honourable mention? I'm stuck, Tom. There's 2 that I can't. There's 2 that I really like that I can't pick a winner of.
You need to pick a fucking winner, geezer.
Flip a coin.
Well, I'm going to give this one an honourable mention. I can't let this one win because it's absolutely vulgar, and I believe it was Matt Smith. Humongous Dongatron. I like that one.
Was that Matt? I can't remember.
That was Matt Smith. Was that Matt Smith?
Oh, is it? I can't remember.
Matt, if he's still watching, was that yours?
Right, listen, as well, because if you fucking fuck this up, yeah. Right. If you've not been writing the names down,
I've written the names down. That's why I know Matt Smith. Yeah, have Humongous Dongatron.
You sure that's what he wrote? Because I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do. Do you remember it, Vic?
Oh, okay. It was Matt Smith. He's put a thumbs up, so it must have been the right one.
What are we worried about?
No. Listen, I've changed my mind again. I don't know whether Matt Smith wins it with that one, or another one I like was Scott's Hasbrotron, which obviously he's speaking directly to me with that one.
No, Matt Smith.
I'm going to go for Matt Smith's Humongous Dongatron.
As the winner, yeah?
As the winner.
Matt, congratulations. Oh, wrong way round. Matt, congratulations. You have won a...
Proves, Matt, we've
Ultra Magnus.
Having a perverted, dirty mind has got you something this time.
There's the winners. There is the winners. Happy days. EC Toys, how you doing? Logged in a bit late. Is Big C donning a goofy cap from 1992?
It's Pluto. It's Pluto. Do you know what? I went to
Pluto,
Disneyland.
yeah.
I said to Emma and the kids, as soon as we got there, where are the Goofy hats? They literally had every character, but because Goofy's the famous one, isn't it? That's the hat. If you go to Disneyland, you get a Goofy hat. They didn't have that, so the next best thing was Pluto. But yeah, I thought I'd bring some comedy to that.
Disneyland.
Yeah, I like that, Vic. I like that.
Fucking hell.
Very controversial. He's got a shotgun as well by the side of him.
So congratulations to Matt and Aaron. It was, wasn't it?
Yeah, Matt.
Yeah,
and Aaron.
Toys. Yeah, Matt and Aaron. So I know Aaron's not watching, so I'll be able to get his address.
That's why
Matt
it broke my heart, because I knew when he put Drossway, I just think it works. I like
that. Was
that.
a good one as well.
It was a good one, Vic, wasn't it? And the fact that he then said he's doing a runner, I'm like, well, you know, you've put me in a position now, but you know, you've got to give it to him, haven't you?
Well, we're going to have some more prizes next week, Big C. So, but you better make sure your fingers on the fucking pulse this time.
I'll get used to it, Tom. I'll get used to it.
Yeah, well,
you'll be the Carol Baldwin of your show.
Basically, yeah. So what we'll do is next time we'll get some sort of board up, and maybe I could parade around in my pants and that while we pick a winner.
Good stuff. So, guys, look, we're gonna. I think we'll wrap it up. It's been a fantastic show. We've had quite a hell of a lot of comments and views as well. I think probably consistently over 60 people watching, which is good. It's good stuff. I'm happy with that. It's good to entertain people for X amount of time. What I'm going to do, boys, is I'm going to put you in the obviously in the lobby, and then I'll come out there after. So first off, I want to say a massive thank you to Mr. Vic from Fistfull of Collectables for being our first guest. You've been great with the answers and questions and everything. Been fantastic. Thanks, Vic. I'm going to put you in the lobby, mate, and I'll see you in a little while.
One. Take care, guys. Thanks.
Cheers, Vic. Cheers, mate.
Big C, my co-host. You're going to see this guy every week, so get used to this bloody face. Hopefully, you can improve on your technology skills.
I told you, everyone, he's not going to let me forget this. He's not going to let me forget this. He's going to give me a big telling off when we go off air.
I will do, mate. I will do. I'm not happy, mate. I've just got to say that, mate. I'm not happy. I might sack you next week if I'm honest.
He probably will.
We'll let you off. So Big
C. Good evening, everyone. Have a good one. See you next week.
Until next week, I'm going to put you in the lobby, mate, and I'll speak to you in a few minutes, yeah? So, guys, fantastic. Absolutely great. Really, really enjoyed it. I just want to thank everyone across YouTube and Facebook for getting involved. Like I said, this is going to be a weekly thing. Every single Monday for the next 12 weeks, we have got different guests from toy collectors to YouTubers to toy designers to toy shop owners to film directors to artists. We've got all sorts over the next 12 weeks, or season one. We're going to call it season one because we don't want to go all the way through. So we've done 12. We'll probably have a little bit of a gap, and then we'll see how it goes, and we'll probably continue a month or so after that. I hope you guys have really enjoyed it. It's been great fun. Like I said, we're going to be doing giveaways every week. So make sure you get involved. We'll be doing questions and silly stuff like we did today. I'm not going to ask you to call yourself a transformer next week. It'll be something very different. And I just want to say about next week's guests before I go, guys. So some of you who are watching this will know this guy. He's got a fantastic YouTube channel, big on social media, Instagram. He has made his own movie, this guy. He is a fantastic artist. He's a toy designer. He's got his own T-shirts out there and everything. Next Monday, I've got Theo from Slimehouse TV on our show. The man from Sheffield. He's a fantastic guy. He's a great guy. I can't wait to have him on. We're going to have so much to talk about. So that will be next Monday, 8 p.m. It'll be every Monday, 8 p.m. GMT, because we're obviously in the UK, 8 p.m. in the UK time. I want to say thank you to everyone who has joined today. You've been great. There's still like 40 plus of you on. You've all been fantastic. So next week we've got Theo from Simas TV. I'm going to be pushing that all through the week. Guys, thanks for watching. You've all been absolutely fantastic. And that's it. I say good evening. I'm going to remove myself from the studio. Take care, guys.